What's up, guys? This is Nick Martin with Kryptonian Muscle. I'm going to go through today some of the warm-ups I do with my clients, and this is what I like them doing before they get there, 5 to 10 minutes early. That way you're all warmed up, ready to go, so we have the full hour, 30 minutes to work out. So first things first, we're going to stretch out our shoulders and a little bit of our lats. So we're going to get a band. At the gym, we'll have bands over in the corner. Just go get one, or if you want to get one yourself and have it with you, I'd advise that too. Just keep it in your gym bag. I got this guy off Amazon, about 20 bucks, and it's worked great. So all you're gonna do, find a machine or some type of metal pole or something like that you can attach it. You want mid chest level. You're just gonna loop it through, like so. Make sure it's nice and tight. And all we're gonna do then, we're gonna stretch out our lat, where, I'm gonna go this way. So, I'm gonna pull back on this, and I'm gonna bend down and just lean back, kind of sitting in this, and this is stretching out my lats. I'm just gonna hold this for about 10, 20 seconds. I'm gonna switch to this side. That way you can see that as well. I'm not gonna go the full 10, 20 seconds just for video purposes, and you do that on the other side as well. Next one, you're gonna loop this through your wrists. This is gonna really stretch out your chest and shoulders. Loop this through your wrists. Opposite leg, you're gonna take a step out, lock out your elbow like so, and you're just gonna lean forward. What you're gonna feel right there, it's gonna be stretching out a little bit of your chest, a little bit of your shoulder. Same thing, 20 to 30 seconds. And when you've had enough, start bringing that to the side a little bit. Nice and slow. And then right at the end, you wanna pronate your wrist to the front. And we're just gonna lean in like that, and we're gonna stretch out the front deltoid a little bit more. So 10 to 20 seconds there as well. Last one right here. You're gonna loop it through your wrist again. Loop it through your wrist like so. And come at it like an angle, and this is really gonna stretch out the chest. And that's what we'll do for our band warm-ups with our chest and shoulders. All right, guys, second part of warm-up, we're gonna self-myofascial release, foam roll our shoulders, rear delts, a little bit of our triceps. So what the goal of foam rolling and myofascial release is to release that inflammation that's built up in the muscles. So we can use a foam roller, which I'll demonstrate in the next video, but for purposes that are smaller areas, we're gonna use our friend the lacrosse ball. So you can go to Sports Goods store, get one of these for like $1, or you can buy them off Amazon too, and just keep it in your bag. I'll have one at the gym as well. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna position this kinda at a diagonal, right into the mid of your shoulder. And you're just gonna roll back and forth, nice and slow. About 5 to 10 passes. Just rolling, working out some knots. If you've never done this before or haven't done this in a while, it can be extremely painful. You'll know that it's working. You'll be surprised how sore it is as well. You can hit the mid deltoid right back there as well. Back and forth. I'm gonna go down to tricep, right in there. Rolling that guy out as well. Last one right here. I'm gonna do our rear delts. Right there around the delts, side to side. If you get really bad neck pain or if you sit at a desk for long periods of time, this is really good to keep at work as well. Just to have at your office too. Just rolling back and forth, loosen up the neck. So, 10, 20 seconds on each side. Thanks. Foam rolling, what is foam rolling? Foam rolling is like a deep myofascial stretch, basically. It rolls out inflammation when your body gets sore. You get knots and adhesions, and that helps roll all those knots and inflammation out, basically. So first things first, we're gonna get the foam roller, we're gonna do our pack first. We're just gonna sit back on this guy, like so. Get our feet up in the air, cross our chest, lean back, and we're just go up and down, side to side. If you hear some cracks, pops, don't worry, nothing's breaking, you're fine. You don't wanna go too low in your lower back because you have a lot more nerves in there, you don't wanna hurt those or mess those up. Next one, we're gonna do our calves. So, position this guy on your calves. all your weight on the back of your hands, cross one leg, back and forth. And so you can see my hands, I'm like this. You can go up on your wrist, make fist, up on your fist, if that's easier for you. Probably about 3 to 5 passes. Next one, we're gonna do our hamstrings. A little harder position to get into. All you're gonna do though, you wanna stay straight, hands in the back, and all you're gonna do, bring your hands to the side. So I'm just gonna bring my hands to the side, that way I stay straight, back and forth. Nice and slow. Next one, our IT band. So this is the guy right here. This guy gets great tags from everyday activities, just sitting, walking for long periods of time, so don't be surprised that this one hurts a lot. So how we're gonna do this, we're gonna position ourselves sideways on the foam roller. We're gonna take our top leg, move it outside the foam roller. This leg stays straight, and we're gonna go down on our forearm, elbow, and put our other hand out to the side, and we're just gonna roll it back and forth. If you find a real bad spot, go ahead, flex and extend. What you're doing, you're contracting that muscle right then and there, and you're getting out the inflammation even more. Cool. Next one, we're gonna do our quad. So, quads are right up here. We're just gonna position ourselves in front of it, put this right above our kneecap, get down on our forearms, and roll. Side to side, doing a little flex and extension. Excuse me, up and down. All right. Next one, we're gonna do our adductors right in here. It's a little hard position to get into. What I've told people, what works best, I feel like, position the foam roller kind of like a diagonal. And since we're in St. Louis, I always tell people it seems to click. Think of like making the arch of St. Louis right here. You're just gonna transport the meaty part of your inner thigh onto the foam roller, and your whole other side of your body will be on the left side. So, I go down like so. Go down to my forearms, and I'm back and forth. A little flex and extension. At least 3 to 5 passes. If you need a little bit more work, go ahead and do that. All right, good news, you're done with this guy. Next, I would recommend tucking your shirt because we're gonna use the foam roller, the lacrosse ball next, excuse me. So we're gonna start to do our piriformis and glute right now. This guy gets pretty taxed from everyday activities. If you sit at a desk for long periods of time, low back pain, this is a culprit, and this will definitely help release some of those knots and adhesions. So this can be very difficult to do. It will hurt, I promise you. It's probably gonna be the one that's gonna hurt the worst. Try to get on there for about 10 to 20 seconds. If you just can't roll around, just let it sit on there. Go to your happy place, channel your inner spirit animal. So we're gonna position it right below, right where our glute and kind of hip meets more or less. Opposite leg goes up, hands in back. We're gonna cross that leg, and you're just gonna roll. Side to side. If you find a real bad spot, like I just did, if you need to go down on your elbows. Yep, found a bad spot. Everything's fine. Whew. See, I still do this religiously. Once a day, twice a day sometimes, and it still hurts. That's how you do the foam rolling for everything with the lacrosse ball. All right, we are gonna go through our actual stretches now that we wanna do. We wanna start a little dynamic and then get into a little static as well. So the first one we're gonna do is called a bent iron knee cross. We're gonna lie back. Hands go down, palms facing down, right here. We're gonna bend our knees at 90 degrees. And we're gonna shift our legs to one side of the direction and turn our heads to the other. So I'm gonna move my legs to the left and shift my head right. Hold for a sec. And repeat. About 3 to 5 reps back and forth on each. Next one, rollovers into V-sits. So, how that works. You're basically gonna throw yourself back. So I'm just gonna throw myself back, and then on the way up, I'm gonna spread my legs and go into a V, basically, with pushing forward, kind of like a sit and reach. So I'm gonna throw back just like so, open up my legs, and go forward. Position them just a little bit better. So right here, I'm rolling back, opening legs, and coming straight up. One more time. And back. Next one, rocking frog. Just gonna stretch out the hip flexors, inner thighs a lot. So we're gonna be kind of in plank position, just with our knees on the floor, like this. We're down on our forearms. And all we're doing here is we're just gonna sit back in this, stretching out our hip flexors. And pause for a 2 count, and back up. Try to go lower each time, just trying to get a little bit more looser. And back. All right. Next one, we're gonna do another hip flexor stretch. We're gonna be in push-up position. We're gonna take our leg, move it up to our hand, bring our hands to the middle, drop the bottom leg down, push our chest forward, look straight ahead. You'll feel this in the inner thigh, a little bit in the adductors in here. What this is also doing, it's helping program the depth of your natural squat as well. So just wiggle around here 10, 20 seconds. After you're done with that, switch to the other side. Knee goes down, push your chest forward. Now, you want to shift this leg back, stretching a hamstring. Try to go back as far as you can. You want to lock that out, keeping your heel down. Start feeling a deep stretch in the inner hamstring, outer hamstring. Hold as long as you can. Start bringing up your calf. Feel it in the calf muscle. Next one. Another hip flexor stretch. So we're going to be in a kneeling position. We're going to reach in. We're going to take our hand. We're going to shift, kind of making a diagonal to the other side. Just hold this for about 10, 20 seconds. And switch sides. Next one, you're going to be on your stomach, prone cobra. Just going to go up slightly, look into the ceiling, stretch out that lower back. All for about 10, 20 seconds. And then you're going to go back, child's pose. Touch your forehead to the ground. Wiggle around a little bit, stretching out the lats, shoulders. And finally, stretching out your forearms. Kind of pronate your wrists the other way. Sit back in this. And that's our warm-ups. Thank you.